Hi, okay, we're going to do another problem with partial quotients, and this time we're going to look at a divisor that has a higher digit in the ones place, because they're a little bit more tricky. So we're going to start out with, again, we're going to look at our divisor. We're going to look at the first number, the 3. So will 3 go into 4? Yes, it will. So we're going to come over here. It will go into the 4 one time. So we're recording our 1. And we count how many digits are after the 4. 1, 2, 3. 4 digits are after the 4. There's only 1 digit after the 3. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So we're going to add 3 zeros. And then we're going to multiply this out and record the answer here to subtract. Now I know since I'm multiplying by 1, it's just going to be 37. And then we add the 3 zeros to the end. So I don't even have to write out that problem. And do my subtraction just like a normal division problem. Okay, so now I have 6,012. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the 3. Will the 3 go into 6? Yes, it will. It will go 2 times. So it goes into it goes into 6 evenly. 2 times evenly. So we're taking a little bit of a risk by recording the 2. But we're going to go ahead and bring it over. It's really easy to fix if it's not correct. So after the 6, we count the digits 1, 2, 3. And there's 1 up here. So 3 minus 1 is 2. So we add 2 zeros. So I'm going to come over here to my scrap side of the board and do 37 times 200. Now I'm saving my zeros for the end of the problem. There's no reason to work those all out until the end. Okay, bring my 2 zeros down. As you can see, 7,400 is greater than 6,012. So the 2 is not going to work. So what I'm going to do is just erase my 2, change that to a 1, and multiply it out now. So we have 1 times 37, and then adding our 2 zeros to the end. Another problem that's really nice because we don't actually have to write it out. And I'm going to subtract again. Okay, so here I'm looking at my 3. Will 3 go into 2? No, it will not. Will 3 go into 23? Yes, it will. And it will go in there 7 times. Because 3 times 7 is 21. Now that's pretty close. So I'm also going to think to myself, okay, 3 times 7 is 21. Since we have a 7 up here, this number could be rounded to 40. So I'm going to think to myself, okay, so how many times will 4 go into 23? And it will only go 5 times. So since 3 will go in 7 times and 4 will go in 5 times, I'm going to estimate that 6 is where we need to start. So I've got 37 and 2,312. I'm estimating a 6 here. So I'm counting the digits after the 23. 1, 2. There's 1 after the 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. So I'm going to add 1 0. Move over to my scrap side of the board and multiply this out. Again, saving my zeros to the end of the problem. Okay, so 222, bring down my 0. Looks like that was a good estimate. I'm transferring this over here. I'm going to subtract it out again. Okay, so now we have 92. We're going to focus on the 3 and the 9. Now 3 will go into 9 evenly 3 times. But I learned up here when I was dividing the 6,012 that going in evenly when your ones place is a higher number, it didn't work out very well. So I'm going to, instead of putting a 3 here, I'm going to record a 2. Because I don't think that 37 is going to go into 92 3 times. So I'm recording my 2, 1 digit after the 9, 1 digit after the 3, so I don't add any zeros. So I'm moving over here to my scrap board. I'm going to do 37 times 2. That equals 74, so I bring it over. do my subtraction. Now, 18 is actually smaller than 37, so this is my remainder. I cannot divide it by 37 in this problem. So this is my remainder. I'm going to come over here and add up my partial quotients. I have 1,162. So I'm going to take this answer, record it up here, 1,162, and I'm going to bring my remainder up here, my remainder of 18. So now I'm going to check myself and make sure that I solved the problem correctly. I'm going to flip my board around here. So I have the 1,162. That's my answer. So what I'm trying to do is multiply it out to check myself on my division problem. Now we're going to be multiplying this by 37, and that's a pretty tricky problem. It's kind of long. So I want to show you a different way that you can multiply this out to check yourself. So we have 1,162, and we're going to multiply it by 30. Save that 0. And then we're going to come over here and multiply it by 7. And then we're going to add those two numbers together. And bring my 0 down. Okay, so I'm adding these two numbers together. I'm just going to transfer this over here. Okay, now the answer that I'm trying to find is my original dividend, which is 43,012. And this doesn't match up. However, after I've multiplied it out, I need to add back in my remainder, right? Okay, so they match up, and you can see that you solved your problem correctly.